Okay.
Yeah.
And so,
Um,
yeah, we've talked about Robin West. Joanne Brown next would be
mhm,
um, an individual that ultimately meets with him in October
mhm,
22nd of 2016.
mhm.
And again, had been with a friend, left, however, without her phone, and is
Hmm.
ultimately found not until the beginning of December in a an abandoned home.
Yes.
But at that point in time, there's really not much to link her with Wheeler Weaver. Although at the end of the day, it appears that wherever he went and whoever he interacted with, he had a cell phone,
Yes.
which,
At the time when her body was found, no, there was no. She had been left, as you mentioned, in a abandoned home for many months. There was no evidence linking her to him. Only after police and prosecutors launched a very major investigation, they went through all of his years of his cell phone data. Did they discover that his phone, and he had traveled to the Popeyes restaurant in South Newark, to pick up Joanne Brown, that he took her to this house, that he was there for some time, and that Joanne's friend called the phone number that I'm sorry, let me back up.
mhm.
Joanne Brown had borrowed Khalil Wheeler's phone to call her friend and just check in. That was a way that they stayed safe while working on the street. Uh, After a time of not hearing from Joanne, her friend called that same phone number, not knowing whose number it was. Um, and Khalil Wheeler-Weaver picked up. He was silent, and then hung up on her. And then he called her back later and was silent again. So we have these records showing, both pinpointing exactly where he was and what he was doing. Maybe the most chilling of the cell phone record, um, when he started the fire in the also abandoned home, where Robin West her body was later identified. We know that he was there, that he left. About 20 minutes later, a neighbor reported a fire in the house next door. And you can plot Wheeler Weaver's driving. He drove uh, west on Route 280 for a few miles, circled back, drove past his own home, and then returned to the scene of the fire, where firefighters from five different towns were fighting the fire. I mean, it was a very serious fire in a neighborhood of densely packed wooden houses. So if they didn't act fast, they could have burned up the entire neighborhood. Um, and he was watching the whole thing for an extended period of time.